Welcome to the ColourLogic Masterclass. In today's seminar tutorial, we're going to actually go through a live customer file. This is an artwork for Nouveau Lashes, and it's been supplied to us by a client that wanted to use ColourLogic as a replacement to foil stamping. So what we have here in Illustrator is actually two sets of artworks. I'm going to show you two different versions today to show you how quick and easy we can use the ColourLogic system. The customer wants to be able to print this on a foil substrate using a white ink, so it's important to be able to know and calculate the amount of white ink to go into all the stars and into all the other different tonal regions on this design. The great thing about ColourLogic is we never have to work with the white ink. We actually create an effect printing plate which makes it extremely simple to use. So first of all, what we're going to do is work with the images, and so we've got two main types of images that are used on this design. It's the GC back and GC front. That's the names of their files. So first of all, we're going to go into Photoshop. I've got my two images open that are used on this job. I'm going to load up the ColourLogic action, which is a script. This will go through a 61-step process. So I'm just going to click on that Generate Metallic Channel button. It then goes through and calculates the amount of metallic effect to put into the design based on a set of commands based on color values. Now, one thing that we've done here is, and I'll just show you the design that's been created. We've got an effect plate that's been generated for us there. That's the ColourLogic channel. Now, the customer actually wanted to do some changes on these. So if we actually look at the larger stars, instead of them being white in the middle, they want the silver to show through there. Now, this can be done. It's not a problem. You can do that on the spot channel itself, so you can actually edit onto that. And it could be something as simple as, I'm just going to go through here, get a paintbrush, and you could go in and paint up the center of the stars. So every layer that's created, or every spot channel that's created for ColourLogic, is editable. So I've actually got one that I've done here previously. So this is what the customer ended up with on the file. So we've now got some stars in silver, some stars in white. We then just save the file. I saved it as a TIFF with a spot color box checked. And then I went and did the same thing for the other image. So I ran that through the script. It calculates the amount of metallic effect. Remember, we're not thinking about white ink here, we're thinking about where's the effect, how much silver substrate is coming through, and where's that color value supposed to be set and valued by. So this is all done fully automatic in our 61-step image separation algorithm. So it takes all the guesswork and all the trial and error out of using metallic substrates. So back into Illustrator, we then go into our links. We then select the images we want to update and replace them with our metallic design. So let's go into images, the ColourLogic ones, and we're going to go into back and just replace each one of those. And then we'll do the same for the front images, so it's the front of the box. Replace those. Okay, so what this is doing is it's bringing in that spot color for us. The ColourLogic separation. So you'll now notice that in our document we've now got a color that's been brought in from Photoshop. It's called CL4713 Silver. That's the ColourLogic effect plate. So if I go to my separation preview and turn off my CMYK, you'll actually see the silver separation. So the silver that you can see on the screen at the moment, that is going to be the silver substrate. On all the white areas is going to be the white ink. This is all done fully automatic using the ColourLogic system. No more knockout masks, no more time-consuming lengthy process. Okay, so next up, the customer wants to be able to have some silver text on here. Now, this would be normally done like a silver foil stamping. So what we're going to do is we're going to color it up using the ColourLogic system. So I've selected the elements that I want to make silver foil, and all I do is I color them up the ColourLogic separation. Okay, now that is it. That is one job done. We could then save that file, send it to print, and output your 5 printing plates. The effect printing plate for ColourLogic will be output for printing with a white ink. And that's it. It's simple, quick, and easy, and it's done. Now, you could also go a little bit more complicated. Let's just say there's 2 in the range. Maybe there's a gold version. Well, if there is a gold version, let's select those elements again. This time, what I want to do is I'm going to go and use the ColourLogic palette. So we've actually got a set of colors here. Every color in our list, we've got 250 colors to choose from. I'm going to use a gold, so I'm going to click on the ColourLogic gold color, which is number 17 in this instance. It goes through and it applies the color to those elements, and it actually colors it up as metallic. So those will be gold foil. It looked like gold foil stamping. So now we have a gold version and a silver version. If we look at our separation preview, it's still got the silver separation, it's the silver substrate. So regardless of whether it's printed in gold, it's still the silver substrate underneath. It becomes gold because you're printing tints of CMYK inks over the top, and that's all done through the ColorLogic palettes. So there we have it. All we have to do now is save the file and send it off to print. With the design now complete, we can now use the ColorLogic FX viewer to actually see those effects on screen prior to going to print. This means it's going to actually cut down production costs of actually having to go out to proof. We're not saying that you don't go to proof finally, but as a creative designer, you need to be able to do the backwards and forwards iteration steps to make sure you've got your design right. So the FX view is ideal for this. I'm going to save that as a PDF file, and I'm just going to save it as a normal press quality PDF. I take the PDF file and I drag and drop that onto the FX viewer. This will now take that 5-color PDF file and bring it into a 3D viewing environment. So first of all, we have two different kinds of environments. One is that we can see here is our studio, so 3D studio. This is a 360-degree room. It's actually a spherical room, so you've got light sources coming in from multiple angles, but also we also have light coming in from, shadow information coming in as well. So this is what's used to bounce off the metallic areas to bring it to life. I'm going to visualize that with a foil, and now you can actually see the stars twinkling based on where we've applied the design of the ColorLogic separation. We also have another environment. We've got the viewing booth. This has got a direct overhead light source. So in this instance, what you have to do is you're going to have to, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so you can see this better. You move the angle of the print because the light source is above you, so you'll now see the stars are all starting to twinkle. And in the top here where we have the highlight silvery shadow coming in, it's all starting to sparkle as well. So there we have it, the ColorLogic FX viewer to be able to quickly visualize your effects. If you decide you want to make some more changes, you can always do so, resave the PDF, bring it back into the FX viewer, and then you're good to go to print. Okay, so that's been the ColorLogic presentation on how to work with a simplified design to simulate foil stamping using a metallized Mirri silver substrate in this instance. If anybody has any questions, contact support@color-logic.com.